So I was like, what? So I was like, whatever. So then, of course, she still calls Dre, and then she brings a cooler, and then he brings a cooler because I didn't have a cooler. So brings the cooler, and then brings the games, and then Dre's there. So I'm not thinking of it, like I said, I'm more focused on the kids or whatever. And so we're at the table, we're talking, they're playing the card games or whatever. We're starting to play the card games, and then she starts to say how crazy her, how Isaac was acting, how he was calling the oldest daughter and telling the oldest daughter that he's gonna have to get a DNA test for her. Mind you, she already told me all of this. So I don't understand why she's repeating herself because Dre and Isabel's there, which I thought was weird. So I'm like, okay. I was like, okay, she's just probably trying to make conversations. And then she was like how Dre ended up painting the walls and doing this. He reorganized and turned the garage into a man cave and everything like that. So Dre gets all happy and pulls out his phone and starts showing me what he's been doing. And I'm looking at them like, oh, okay, well, I know you could do stuff. I'm like, oh, that's nice or whatever. So he was like, if you ever need me to come paint, I'm like, I'll come over and paint, and you ain't got to pay me for it. So already I'm feeling very uncomfortable now. Like okay, like just like like I told y'all to come and do my grill, and nobody ever came. So then it's me and her sitting at the table, and then Tasha's second oldest, runs into the living room and's like, she says the lighter skinned twin. She was like, oh, he Pooh. I'm gonna just say his nickname. Pooh Bear. Pooh Bear just called the older kid, the teenager, black. He just called her black, just like that. And I'm like, so Tasha's looking at me. She was like, girl, he always be doing that. He always just be saying stuff out of his mouth. I'm sorry. I apologize or whatever. So in my head, I'm not thinking nothing of it. She said, so I'm like, oh, they're kids or whatever. I don't think my daughter would have took that to heart anyway. So I'm like, they're just kids. Let them be kids. So the way she looks at me, I guess she thought I was supposed to blow up because she knows that my daughter is being bullied at school or whatever. So after that, everybody, like, we sing happy birthday. Then Isabel ends up, they end up giving my daughter their gift. And mind you, Isabel don't have no money like that. So she got my daughter the bare minimum. And Tasha like got her some Roblox, some everything that, she actually liked. And so when she saw Tasha's bag, she got really excited. But when she seen Isabel's bag, you could tell like my daughter can't. She was like, oh, okay, this is nice. Oh, I like this. So when I looked at Isabel kind of turned her nose at my daughter like my daughter was acting like she too good. So I'm like, clocking it, don't say nothing. It's not about you. It's not about her. If she don't notice it, don't say nothing. Just let it be. So of course, like whatever's left over they take is, they go and that's the end of that. So I'm not paying attention to it or whatever. So the next day we ended up going to was Gilan's anniversary or whatever. So we were just gonna meet, just the three of us were just gonna meet up there and like say a couple of words and just clean off her gravesite to Gilan's gravesite and whatever. So when we get there, it's just me, Isabel, and Isabel's children or whatever. So she was like, I cannot believe it's already 2 years. I was like, yeah, and I'm starting to tear up. I'm starting to, cry. And I'm like, I don't know why it's so heavy today. Like, it's been 2 years. And she was like, yeah, me too, and all this other stuff. And then Tasha shows up. And then we're all just talking, and then Tasha starts talking about she still remembers the day that she went to go see Gilan's body, and she had to like dress her or give her something. And then she goes to explain like how, everybody grieves different. Everybody's, like, because Tasha says she started drinking really bad around that time too. Like, she was heavy on drinking. So I'm like, yeah, I can understand that, because at the end of the day, like, I even went through that, but I got sick off of that, and I had stopped. Like, it's even the liquor that they brought for me, I never touched. So then she goes to describe like how when she was in there by herself, she was just like touching her body, and she was like, her body felt so weird. And like, it was just the way she was describing how she was just like literally poking and touching her dead sister's body, which to me was like so disgusting. And at the same time, you're doing this at her gravesite. So all of a sudden, I already know that's bad omen. Like, you're not gonna put whatever you're trying to put on me. So I start spitting, like, rebuke whatever she's trying to, cause that's demon talk. I'm sorry. That's for a person to sit there and describe like how they were literally playing with the dead body. Something didn't seem right to me about that. So then she says that her daughter is gonna have like a birthday party, and she wants me and my kids to come, and just to make my daughter like comfortable or whatever, she was gonna invite her. Just bring her. She's like, I know you only bring the last 4, but bring her so that way, because she knows Jessica's definitely gonna be there, and I know she's comfortable with Jessica's oldest daughter. Just bring them to her oldest daughter's birthday, because her oldest daughter's birthday is in the same month my daughter, all of our birthdays are, my 2 daughters and my birthday. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Maybe that's gonna get her out of her shell to be around more people.